One extra.
We are here in the heartland of Jamaica, deep in central Clarendon. And when I say heartland, I mean heartland.
Heartland.
We're almost in the central center spot of Jamaica. Somebody said to me years ago, if you want to go and find Barrington Levy, you're going to go into the country, and then you're going to go into the country deep.
And then you go in the country. You cannot buy the air that you're breathing up here, man. It's unbelievable.
Barrington, this is absolutely incredible.
Thank you,
It's
David.
breathtaking. We're on top of Carty Hill with St. James Hill over there. We are almost in the geographical center of the island of Jamaica.
That's right.
But you're a Kingstonian, so how did you end up out here?
Well, as a kid, my mom used to take me down here to look for my grandma, because this is where my mom is from. So eventually, my mom got redundant from her job in Kingston. So she said she's gonna go back to her hometown to live, and that's how I end up in the middle of the island. But I'm glad, because this here is where I get my inspiration to be a singer, because when I come here I was actually 7 years old. So while here and here and here and there and then, okay, say I need to sing, because I used to watch television and see Michael Jackson, Dennis Brown and his afro, and Michael Jackson with the big afro, and I'm like, whoa, I want to sing. So from then I know that I have a passion for music, and this place suit me well, musically speaking.
So you were a big fan of the Jackson 5.
Yes.
And when did it become apparent to you that you had this unique voice?
You know, one time over by my grandma's house, I was over there and sitting down. I come from school and I sit down and sing, and I was singing. The next day, I was getting disturbed by my brother and sister because they was teasing me. So the next day, I went beside my auntie's house, which is in the bush, sitting down singing and minding my own business, because I used to sing with my eyes closed. And this lady named Sister Daughter passed by and see me singing, and take her time and screech up at me, because I didn't see her. And she touched me, and like frightened and turned around. And she said, oh my God, you can sing, eh? You have a good voice. And the lady hold me by my hand and walk with me. And she was rubbing the head and back of my head and said, yeah man, you can sing. And she take me straight to my mom and said, Sister Levy, this boy can sing, you know. That lady don't know what she did for me. She actually blew my nerves. Because, I mean, that was my first fan right there.
7 years of age?
Yes.
And was it here in this district, or was
Yes,
it?
it's right here in this district. Well, when I lived Kingston, I was more worried about what am I going to eat later on. I mean, always what I'm going to eat. Just when I come down here now and start to grow, I realize that, oh, this is what I want to do, and I want to do when I get older. And I choose music.
Life in the countryside in those days, back in the 60s, compared to now, is it different?
Way, 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 way different, David. There wasn't no street, no lights, no proper roads.
No electricity?
No electricity, no, nothing at all. It was just mostly trees. A lot of trees them cut down. And
Still got a lot of trees, though.
Yes, but
Kerosene
now,
lamp.
kerosene lamp, yes. Home sweet home. That's what they call them back down in the days. Now, we have more than what they have in Kingston, because we have the good fresh air. But everything is here. Light, road, telephone, internet. We're up to the time in this place right now. So, you know, I mean, from them time to now, is a lot of improvement. Trust me.
Growing up here, between here and Kingston, as you said, you came here to live with your mother. She came back to the country where her mother was from. You would have been listening to the radio. Occasionally, there would have been some television to look at, as you described. But what sort of songs do you really specifically remember from that period that you heard on the radio?
I used to love Dennis Brown. Money in my pocket, but I just can't get no love. Love I had in mind, very, very hard to find. So she said she coming, but I don't believe a word she said.
Oh, she ran away and left me on a rainy day. Money in my pocket, but I just can't get no love. Money in my pocket, but I just can't get no love.
And then, you know what I mean, it goes on. I used to watch Michael Jackson, but as I said, I mostly watch Michael Jackson, and everybody was talking about how young he was. But I didn't know a song. I remember a song that he was singing from back down in there to say it. I would sing it now. But he inspired me by just watching him with this kid with his afro and doing his thing, you know what I mean? I was actually maybe 1 year or so older than me, or 2 years older than me. But Michael Jackson was a good inspiration for me.
But you mentioned that you're a big fan of John Holt.
Of course, John Holt, yes, Marcia Griffith.
What was special about John Holt's voice?
That man have a voice that never goes. Even when God bless his soul, rest in peace, but even when he died, he still have that voice. The same tone every time John Holt sing. Spot on.
Baby, I love you to want me the way that I want you, the way that it should be. Baby, you love me to want you the way that I want you. If you'd only let it be.
Yeah, even
Perfect
before, because he was ill, but he was still performing just weeks before he died.
And he still sound the same.
He did.
And that John Holt voice just stands out, it sticks out.
You also sung a Treasure Isle song, Moonlight Lover. You must have known that.
I know Moonlight Lover, yes. And Moonlight Lover is a nice song from I was a kid.
You're my moonlight, moonlight lover. When you walk along with me, whoa,
I'm going to show you a couple of things now that you may not have seen for some time, because in my experience, most artists do not have their own recordings.
No, I don't.
And the reason for that, I've been told over the years, is quite simply that they had their own recordings, but occasionally an artist would be issued with a final print pressing of his record or her record, but within a short space of time, relatives and friends would ask to get a copy, and often would end up without their own records. If I showed you that record, what memories does that immediately bring back to you as one of your songs that you wrote, and it became a massive hit? And we're talking about 1980 on the label.
Oh, well, those were the hungry days.
The hungry days.
Yes.
You were hungry?
Hell yes. Come on, David. Well, me, myself, and I, coming in the business, it was hard, very hard. The day I was going to voice that song, I actually have to beg a ride from my location to go there, and I went through a lot of disrespect. Oh, every time you come, you never have money. Oh, find your fare to go. Anyway, the person dropped me off and said, remember, I know, when you're going back down, make sure you have your fare. And I stand there for a long time, and I feel shame. Like, wow. And I walked from Crossroads and went down to Joe Gibbs' studio. And when I went down there, it was sad because I have to stand there and wait from like 7 o'clock in the morning till around 5 o'clock in the evening. No lunch, no money. And they put me in the studio and said, okay, voice.
What have you got? Was it like that? Did they say to you, what have you got? Just voice?
No, they're telling me to come back to studio like 50,000 million times. And then when I turn up, they decide that Dennis Brown was a voice in at that time, and certain people was a voice, and so they have the studio free. So they said, come in, and we went and they give me that rhythm, and I just, there I go.
What, you sung that? You'd written the song beforehand?
Mm-hmm. Well, I just actually did this of the hook line, my woman, and then I make it along the way.
You gonna sing it for us? Sing us a bit.
My woman, keep giving me problems. My woman, she is a problem. My woman, she is a problem. I can't live with her. David, that's it. And I bought the song, and then there was raving in the studio. Oh, this song is a big hit.
Oh gosh, that's an understatement.
I mean, I was hungry, and they cheering me up. They make me feel full. Until I left the studio, then I go outside and start belch. And let out here. Oh man, I need something to eat now. But trust me, those were the days, you know what I mean? Those were the days, you know what I mean? We went in the studio for the love of it and not from the money side of it, because majority artists, that is why I said nowadays, what I notice, it's all about our money. So they sing crap to say, okay, this is what the people want, so we're gonna sing it. But they're not making music with any substance, they're making music not for the love, but for the like. But when we come in the business for the real love of it. Trust me.
It became apparent to us in England when we heard this unique voice that you had something special. And clearly the lady who heard you singing in the bush out here deep in the heart of Clarendon felt the same thing. But you were originally in a vocal harmony group before we even really knew who you were. How did that come about?
After I was here going to school, but still have the passion for music, I actually have to run away from home back to Kingston.
What, because you wanted to sing?
Because
you ran away from home?
Yes, I had to run away from home to go back to Kingston, because there's no recording studio here, so how was I gonna pursue this music career that I love so much?
So you were 16, 15, 16?
Yeah.
You literally went to... Before that?
Yeah.
You went to Kingston. Where did you live?
I live with my aunties, and from one auntie by my father's side, back and forth until I get a chance to go in the studio. So one of my cousins called Everton, we built a group called Ekel and Jekyll. This is before I go solo.
Ekel and Jekyll?
Yes, it's a clown thing, but you know what I mean, anything to make it work. Anyway, we did one song called My Black Girl.
See me black girl, me want down there. See me black girl alone. See me black girl, me want down there. See me black girl alone.
Who did you record that for?
David Dobson.
David Dobson, okay.
Yeah, and then that song never been released in Jamaica because he went away with the song we never heard. Up to now, I don't have a copy of that song. So we went to Dynamic Sounds and we meet up with Barry Biggs. I decided to start to change the name to
The Mighty Multitudes.
Yes.
Was that you and your cousin again?
Yes. But it didn't work out because I keep on writing my songs and he do the oohs and the ahs, and then he don't want to split fair. I said, okay, whatever we achieve, let's split it 50-50. No, he didn't want to do that because, oh no, I take it to the studio and hear it. So it reached a state where it started to get violent where him is concerned. So I said, the best thing is just leave it alone and do my thing on my own. So that's when I decided to go dancehall and sing live. I started singing on the sound system, live in the dance, making up the songs. And from there, the sky was the limit.
So the Mighty Multitudes didn't work out and you decided to start singing on sound system.
Yep. And trust me, that's why I have a sound, David.
Back in the early 70s, which sound systems were you singing on?
Burning Spear.
Burning Spear had a sound system?
No, it was a bridging called Bones.
Bones.
In Payne Avenue, Kingston 11. And every weekend you usually have Trinity and Leroy Smart go there to smoke their chalice and sing on the sound. So Trinity come outside with the chalice in his hand and see me and say, youth, remember you know down at the studio, hey that youth I can sing, you know. And he called me in and said, give my rhythm, man, and he gave me the that double album, and I sing A shine-eyed girl. Oh my God.
And that's how it started?
Yes.
Singing it on a sound system, on a Studio
Yes.
One rhythm?
Shine-eyed girl is a trouble to a man. She want uptown, she want downtown, she want fancy car, she want superstar. Hey, tell me what you really want. I said to tell me where you really want. Trust me, and I mashed up the place. I mean, I get people come out to them house in their nightgown, coming to see which person in this place singing.
In Payne Avenue, Kingston 11.
Avenue, Kingston 11.
The hits were made on the street.
Right. The owner for the sound tell me to come out of his yard because I'm throwing words on him and the sound system. And I was put down his mic, and I put on the mic and go back outside, and Trinity said, go back in, and said, no, you come and go back in there. And he said, Bones, don't treat this youth like this is youth of the future. At the end of the day, my youth, not because the youth cannot buy 2 liquor, don't treat him like that. And if him come out, me I go leave too. And from that day, me and Trinity start to go spar. Trinity tell me where me live, and then I was to come and check him. And Trinity carry me a lot of places like YWMCA and Camp Road. I go there one day to see a show, Barry Brown, David Isaacs, and all of them. Blackbeard and all of them start to tease me now and say, what? We are going to like a fucking you there. You can't sing Barry Brown, go and kill him. Okay, Trinity said, okay, no problem. I'm going by this now.
You saw David Isaacs singing?
Yes. And Barry Brown. So they put me on stage and I start my song. And trust me.
At Up Park Camp?
Yes.
How old were you
Trust
then?
me.
16? 15?
Yeah, around that. And then all of a sudden Blackbeard wanted to take me to the studio, and Trinity said, no, because when we come in here a while ago, you were saying, where you go with that like a fuckhead youth singer there? Well, they want to take me to the studio. Trinity said, no. So me and Trinity leave out, and we went. And it goes on and on and on till one day I was in Payne Avenue when John Joe Enrela sent this youth called Saggle to come and call me and tell me that he have a rhythm. And the rhythm that he has was a song that I sing called I am with it, giving to... Yes, there you go, David, you have the record. And that was the first song I sing for him. Then he come back to me again and said he have a different rhythm, which was the Barnabas Collins rhythm. I sing On My Way Up to Marveling. The sky was the limit after Collyweed. You know what I mean? The radio station started to play the song, and my life changed from then. I mean, I find this studio want me, that studio want me, and I keep it real with John Jalaz, but John Jalaz didn't keep it real with me. But I still give thanks for him taking the time out to take me to the studio and give me a chance to express myself musically.
Reggae music really is one of your great songs. I mean, it's a celebration of the music. I mean, you obviously felt when you wrote that song, clearly you had, as you say, your world was opening up.
Yeah,
Reggae music, what the people then want.
Yes, and when I come to England, it revealed to me that, you know, I mean, reggae music is appreciated. Nowhere else in the world reggae music respected like England and Europe. I mean, that's where it started, as far as I know.
Can you sing a piece of Englishman?
Englishman a me hydrant, Canadian man a me brethren, Jamaican man them a me neighbor.
Englishman a me hydrant, Canadian man me brethren, American man
wonderful songs. I mean, I bought this one here, but I had to write the title on myself because it was for Channel 1. The dances are changing.
Dance. Strange, oh, the dances are changing. But it's only bubbling that the young girls have plenty of. So, she run me why if you bubble with me.
Run me want you fi dance with me. Or me want you fi skank with me. Shoulder move, body move, butterfly not tell no lie.
And they talk about dancehall. They talk about dancehall, David. And I'm saying to myself, like, who said dancehall? I did. I introduced dancehall to the world. They claim that they turn it into a music, but really and truly, I was talking about what's played, what can play in the dance, what would be a hit in the dancehall.
1983 Christmas, the #1 record was that one. Money Move.
Money Move. Oh, everybody making moves. Why don't you make the right move? See well, money move, money move. Want you to do the money move, money move, money move. Want you to do the money move. Just you put your 2 hands in your pocket and take out some money for all your brethren. Save some money for David Rodigan. Save some money for the one Barrington. So the money move, money move.
Want you to do the money move, money move, money, money. This a money, money moves. Everybody making moves. Why don't you make the right move? The country can't run without no money. Your mortgage can't pay without no money. Your life bills can't pay without no money. Lord, your rent can't pay without no money. So make a move.
Tell us about Black Roses.
Well,
Why did you write it?
Because I used to sing this song in the dance before I actually recorded. Yes.
Dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. Are you going to sing it?
David, you know, easy to David.
Dum, da-dum.
David, come on, you're offbeat.
So offbeat, yeah.
I've been traveling all over this world, yeah, oh yeah. I never see no black roses in no other garden. So you see, something special is in my garden. Garden, black roses in my garden. Black roses in my garden. Seeing.
I was in a dance in the Q Club in 1985 at 3 in the morning in Paddington. And I will never forget Paul Love, Jar Screw, from the days of Ray Symbolic, who decided to become a record producer, running down the stairs with a dub plate, running over to me and saying, David, you've got to play this and you've got to play it now. I've just finished voicing it in the studio with Barrington Levy. Please put it on. I put it on. Here I come.
Damn.
And the club exploded. I mean, it was pull-up after pull-up. That was the first play anywhere. 3 o'clock in the morning in Paddington, the
I
Q
wasn't
Club.
there, though.
No, you weren't there. You'd gone home or wherever you'd gone. You just finished. That surely has to rank in the top 5 of your mighty hit collection of hits.
Believe that.
You were living in England at the time.
Yes.
The storyline.
Yes.
It really
Well,
happened.
the storyline.
Who was that girl?
It's not really. It's not a personal thing. It's just that one day I was listening to this girl talking to her baby father, and she was like really upset with him. She was saying that the baby is tying her down. She need to go out and explore because she's young. She want to go out, but she cannot leave her baby to go enjoy herself. So she was rebelling that she need him to come and take the kid, and take the kid to his mom. Ideas, and that's when I go in the studio now, and it's the revolution rhythm. And when we in the dance back down the days, they used to use the key and go boom, 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 boom. The key, do, 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 do. But
Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the first time a mixdown was done on a record, I believe.
first time
Thank
I
you.
actually go in the studio, and it was a big vibe between me and Professor Larry and the rest of the band. Professor Larry said, "Oh, I'm not playing it because that's rubbish," and this and that. So, well, listen then, Just Crew, if he's not gonna play it, I'm gonna go home. And I jumped in my car and I went home. So, his studio time is there burning. And just go drive me down and say, "Alright, then be come. He play it." And we went back in the studio and they played David. And David, trust me, that was history in the making, boy, because they never want to play it like that. And I decide that they have to play it like that.
Please sing us a piece. Please.
I'm not into come, I was determined to come. So she didn't have a daughter, she did have a son. See if the lift doesn't work, run up the stairs and come. And if you don't come quick, you're not gonna see your son. So I grabbed a bunch of roses and I started to run. Here I come. She did whoa. See, 2 months later, she said, come and get your son. Because I don't want your baby to come tie me down now because you are old and I am young. Well, while I'm young, yes, I wanna have some fun, run me down.
Shoodly waddly diddly woodly diddly whoa. Swing. I'm broader than Broadway. Yes, I'm broader than Broadway.
David, you remember David? You remember David?
And broader than Broadway, of course,
I know.
became, I noticed you held back on that, but broader than Broadway became the catchphrase that everyone was singing at the time. It became just part of received speech. People, I'm broader than Broadway.
That's right.
And when you play it in the dance, along with Under Me Sensi, also recorded in London, and first played at the Sunsplash in Selhurst Park. Barry G and I, we played it that afternoon, and it absolutely mashed up the place. And that was another brilliant record. Under Me Sensi, again recorded in London.
They usually say if you leave Jamaica and go to other countries, you cannot make no hit record, and I prove them wrong. Because I go to England, and a majority of the big songs that I make them actually in England. And there was a white youth who don't know nothing about reggae music, is the engineer who recorded them as well.
At Easy Street.
At Easy Street.
The ballad that you sing.
Vibes is right. David, don't you remember?
Yes, I do. Go on.
You sure?
Go on.
All right, remember you called me to do this live show at Capital Radio.
Yeah.
And you said, the keyboard guy was just playing this thing. And we start the song. And you gave me a 24-track tape. You said, oh, Barrington, we're going to have to maybe wipe it. And that's where I record that song at this studio. And that song was a big hit too. The vibes is right.
Beautiful song.
Who no hear me yet? Hear me live and direct. Walk with your tape and you get set. Cause the vibes is right. Yes, the vibes is nice. So nice.
And that was a left field.
If it wasn't for you,
that was completely different. That was a left field of that song.
If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have recorded it because I wouldn't have no tape to do it. And that vibes would have just gone.
But that is a haunting song. Haunting.
And then guess what? So crazy. We went to the studio after we visited up by you, and Paul Love find this guy in the tube in the train station with his guitar case, with his on case, and he was just playing, and people would pass by and throw a thing, and just go stand up and listen to him playing. And that's what said, listen, I want you to come to the studio. And the guy come to the studio and Screw said to me and said, B, this man just leave college, university, sorry I should say, of music, whatever. And he said, he would love to have a try on the track. And David, the guy, come and put the on the track. And believe you me, David, the guy did a killer Hans phrase on that song. And up to today, we still don't know who that guy is.
It was in and out. He came in and out.
And he was saying, well, it's a pleasure for him to do it. And we can't say what his name is, but you know, if you listen to that song, the vibes is right. You can see that guy was deep in his own thing. It was very, very, very deep. His own phrase really make that song special.
It's 2018, and it's really 40 years since you commenced your career as a recording artist. Here you are now, deep in the heartland of Jamaica, where you grew as a child. You're back where you grew up. And it's a place that you don't want to leave because you've not just built a house here, but you've built a radio station.
Yes.
Roses FM. What brought that on?
David, I'm going to say this, and you must remember, and you're going to agree with me. I see you fight a lot in England for certain spot on the radio stations in England. Remember back down in the days when you only have like 2 hours?
Yes.
And you try your best to get more time. Because you used to reason with me, I hope you remember.
I do.
And I used to ask you questions. So I was saying, why can't we get daytime play in any country? If reggae music is so big, we need a radio station that can at least play 4 or 5 reggae songs, you know what I mean, on the A list or the B list or the, you know what I mean, whatever, you know what I mean, on a daily basis. We don't have that, David. And so from then, David used to bother me, man, and I'm saying, you know, I want to own a radio station. I really want to hold this radio station and have it with a, and wherever I go around the world, it's the same thing.
One Extra was created so that we could hear that music every day. And from that has come grime, drum and bass, all forms of UK music, most of which has been inspired by the music that was born on this island in the Caribbean. Reggae music has had a profound impact on world music. Drum and bass and jungle wouldn't be what it is, without that. And you're right.
And then guess what now, David? I think that Jamaica owe you a lot. We owe you a lot for, because look at it, David, you're a white man. I mean, you fight for this music. You get disrespected in your own country for defending it, because you could be playing rock music. You have the opportunity to play whatever you want. You choose reggae, and you stick to it.
Thank you. Roses FM, broadcasting from Clarendon, island-wide yet?
Soon.
Working on it?
Working on it.
Okay.
It's still in the process of working on
Okay.
it. But anybody can still hear Roses FM worldwide. And I mean, just go www.rosesfm.com, or you can download the app.
As we approached the region, we started asking people, where does Barrington Levy live? And they all knew where you lived.
Yes.
Obviously, because this is your community. And you're giving back to your community because you're building an entertainment centre as well.
Yes, sir, definitely. You know what I mean? We're having Shaggy here.
Your heart lies here, but you have a strong affection for England.
England is my place, for real, because that's where it started. You know what I mean? The first time I went to America, it was 1982. I was like a newcomer. But England been very good to me.
And you've been very good to us because you've given us some wonderful music over the past 40 years. Barrington Levy,
Thank you, David.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Because without you, trust me, them wouldn't hear nothing about us. You do your work, sir. Remember, I tell you that. I bet you guarantee you, so not even studio one who make the music of the catalog that you are can find the songs them. And you can go into your lab right now and find every track from Ska, right back to Rocksteady, right back to whatever. And you can tell them the year, which artist. I can't. You're telling me about song that I sing and I don't even remember. And it's just the real.
Barrington.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for inviting us into your backyard.
You're welcome, sir.
And what a backyard. In closing, just join me as we turn round and look at this remarkable view here in the heartland of Jamaica, almost in the geographical centre, at the top of Carty Hill, hometown for Barrington Levy. Thank you,
right.
Barrington.
You're welcome, David. You're the general. Oh, you mean.